these days, far more people watch movies than read books. So if you want to connect with the masses, movies are the way to go. And that's why I'm so happy to announce that the Jones Plantation movie is now available here. Well, yeah, way more people watch movies than read, but how often do you hear people say, well, I like the book better? Books can get into more depth and can do some things that movies can't. That's why I'm so glad the Jones Plantation novel will soon be available and people can now pre-order it in bulk here as we get ready to gear up for the first initial printing. Yeah, but often movies based on books don't do justice to the original material, so people like the book better. But in this case, the movie was written by the same guy who wrote the book. The visual art form of movies can create memorable visual images and convey things that mere words on paper just can't. True, but a book can also do some things that a movie can't, like getting more in depth into what people are thinking and what their motivations are and their backstories. And also, you can fit a whole lot more content into the average length novel than you can fit into the average length movie. True, but a movie, especially one like Jones Plantation, can give a more impactful, memorable, concentrated dose of real substance with a lot less time and effort than it takes to read a whole book. Well, I guess different people have different preferences, and the different mediums of communication each achieve different things. Well, then, there might as well be a movie and a book. Hey, Larkin Rose here, and I'm happy to announce that we are gearing up for the first printing of the novel of the Jones Plantation. Now, this is a weird thing. I don't know of this ever happening anywhere else. Like, a lot of the time there's a book and then somebody bases a movie on it, at least loosely bases a movie on it. Every once in a blue moon, there's a movie and then somebody else writes a book or some fan fiction or whatever. I'm not really aware of another situation in which both are coming out at almost the same time, written by the same guy, in this case, me. So this isn't a matter of them competing with each other, because they both tell the same story, they just tell it in two different mediums. I mean, there's a couple very minor plot differences, and then the book, can cover a lot more because, the average novel, if you made it into a movie, would be like 15 hours long. So we're not making a 15-hour movie. The movie is exactly what the movie should be, and I love it to death. And the novel is finished, and we're planning the first printing, and the novel is just what I want the novel to be. And to me, it isn't a matter of like which is better at all. They do different things. A movie, you get the visuals, you get the memorable characters, you get memes galore. This movie is basically like a string of 1,000 memes in a row that are going to be all over the place. It's way more likely to go viral than like any book ever these days. Like you're not going to get that happening. And so this isn't a matter of like, I did this because I didn't like that. The two mediums can do very different things, and I'm really happy to have the story told in both mediums. The movie is out. If you haven't seen it, why the hell haven't you seen it? Go to jonesplantationfilm.com and you can see it right stinking now. And there will be, later on, there'll be DVD. We're having a screening in Dallas on August 26th. I'm going to do a separate post and telling more about that. If you go to the website, you can, jonesplantationfilm.com, you can learn more about that. But to have these ideas and messages thrown out in every way possible at everybody we can possibly reach has always been my goal. And so I'm really dang happy of both of these coming out almost at the same time. I think that's unprecedented. If anybody else has heard of a case of the two things coming out of the movie and a book coming out at the same time, written by the same people, let me know. But I can't recall that ever happening before. So the novel, we're just gearing up for the first printing. Right now you can't buy individual copies, but you can pre-order in bulk multiple copies, and the number of people who do that will determine how big a printing we first print. Even if nobody does that, we're still doing a printing, but the more people who pre-order, the bigger printing we can get and the better price per books and all that usual thing. But I wanted to throw out there that those are now ready for pre-order, and the movie is ready to view right now. And so I'm going to include all the links to both of these below. And again, I will say, whether you're talking about the book or the movie, like you know the people you know and what they're more likely to be open to. There are some people who would rather read a book. There are lots of people who would rather watch a movie, and I'm hoping both of these get spread around. Like, I'm, in both cases, in the movie and the book, I want the people who are already on board to go, yeah, that was awesome, that was so cool, and then their next thought to be, how do I make the rest of the world read this or watch this? So the goal, again, is to get it out to the world. I don't just want pro-freedom people to go, rah, 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 this was awesome. I want these ideas and messages to hit the rest of the world as much as we possibly can. Just one reason why I wanted there to be a novel in addition to the movie. So the links are all below for all that stuff. I can shut up now and stop arguing with myself, because there's really no argument. I'm thrilled to death that both are coming out and both are going to exist, and they complement each other. It's not a contest. It's I would love it if people read the book and go, now I got to see the movie, and see the movie and go, now I got to read the book. The more the merrier. And I hope all of you like both of them. If you like one better than the other, cool. Doesn't make any difference to me. But I hope you, A, like them, and B, spread them around as much as you can, and see how many other people you can get to expose themselves to these ideas, because I think it's really, really stinking important right now, which is why the more mediums we can do that in, the better.